Guys, our starting from scratch farm, we've managed to complete our first 2 goals of, first of all, surviving, and secondly, buying all of our starter equipment. We're going to be starting off in today's video with goal number 3, and that is to expand our starting from scratch farm. I mean, we've proven we could do pretty well with the little land we have right now, making $150,000 over the course of 1 year. But just think what we could do if we expanded this farm. It could be so much more. Now, the bright side of all of this, well, equipment isn't exactly cheap. Land around this area is, and I've already gone and made a purchase. We've bought a chunk of land that is at least 6-7 times bigger than our current plot of farmland, guys. And it was only $30,000, but unfortunately, it's all wildland. So we've got to get in there and, well, we have to tame those wildlands.
Got to tame the beast before you let it out of its cage.
So this new field is just, well, it's kind of attached to our currently made field. It's just going to follow this whole driveway, this laneway. It goes out into the woods, basically, out into the field, out into the pasture out here. And we're just going to follow that down out to the near, well, till the end of where I've got it marked off. Now, I'm going to need to maximize as much as I can, but there's going to be a lot of land here, guys. I mean, there's going to be a lot of land. Look at how much. Hey, you can see town from here. Anyways, a lot of land we need to plow up. Now, the Farmall, it's a great tractor, don't get me wrong, but this small plow is even a little bit too much for it, so it's a bit of a struggle, as you can kind of see. We're pushing it to the limit right now. Pushing it right down to the limit.
Push it to the limit.
Let's wrap this back around and let's see. I want to try to get as close as I can to, this is our current field right here that we're running right up against side. I need to kind of get right up next to it, so I maximize, like I said, I want to maximize everything we can possibly get out of this. So kind of get right up beside it. There we go. And then headland's kind of done. Now, this is going to lead into some of the problems I'm going to run into. Like I said, this is wildland almost, right? I need to knock all these trees down again, guys. And the other thing is, I don't really want the wood. The wood's not worth that much, especially these scraggly trees like this. What am I going to do with this? I don't want to drive around and pick all those trees up. You know what? I'm just going to mulch these all up with a chainsaw. Turn them straight into mulch, I think, as best as I can. I think I can get all of them. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. And let's mulch this one up. Oh, perfect. And that. And let's see if I can get the stump. Can I get the stump too? Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. All right, perfect. So we're going to keep going around, and I got to knock down at least 20 trees is what I was roughly counting. 20 of these trees. So every time I come across one of these guys, yep, you guys know the drill. The old trusty Husqvarna. And let's just knock down a bunch of trees like this. That's one way of doing it. Let's see if we can knock all that, get rid of this, cut through all of these. That's perfect. See, like I said, this is a great plan, and I don't have to deal with these afterwards. Now, I could get the money for it. Yeah, it would be if I was really, really struggling for money, of course. That would be the idea. Guys, we're not too bad for money right now. I could probably make, 20 grand, $30,000 off the trees. Maybe, probably not. I'd rather just worry about plowing up this field for now, to be perfectly honest, because I got a lot of plowing to do. A lot of plowing. Look at the size of this field. This field's going to be great when it's done, but guys, this is just so much plowing. I'm going to need to fill this tractor up with fuel, speaking of which, by the time we get this done as well. That's a whole other problem still we need to figure out, isn't it? Yeah, I really need to figure out a fuel solution. Looks like we're on our last pass here, almost. Finally. It's only taken us the most part of the morning at a very slow pace, but I'm glad that we can kind of see the end. It's like drywalling when you get that last piece of drywall up. We're so close to being done this. Finally done. Perfect. That's really what I wanted to see right there. All right, let's get the farm all back to the farm. It's great that we've got it all plowed up, guys. This is a great side, but now that we have all this land, all this land that's ready to be farmed, we still need, well, we need to plant. So back to the farm we go. Let's go to the laneway and head back over to the farm. It's time for us to, well, get our planting game on. Put our plow back in the shed. Go fuel the old Farmall back up with our current jerry can fueling system. Not the best, but it works. And let's go take a look at the planter. Should have seed and fertilizer in it. I filled it up last year, so we should have some inside. Yeah, we're good. We're full. Let's go take a look, guys. Let's get into this field. Let's go seed this. Put some grass seed down and get this field. Oh boy, it's such a big field. This thing is massive. Looking at this across the way, guys. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a workout for the Farmall. Now, the nice thing is, of course, the plow we just used to take care of all this wildland was so much heavier and so much more force required to pull it. this little planter, this case planter, the Farmall has no problem with it. So I can actually zip through this at a relatively decent speed. Farmall doesn't have to worry too much about using nearly as much fuel. And yeah, it goes through at a decent rate. Now, the problem I'm running into, of course, is because I'm going to run out of seed. There's no way I'm going to make it through with what we got in here. Now, I've bought some more seed, brought it back over to the farm earlier. So I do have a bag of seed and fertilizer. But I'm just wondering, you guys saw how many jerry cans of fuel I had? Is that going to be enough? Is this one bag and one bag of fertilizer and one bag of seed going to be enough? Fill these both up. Yeah, no, see, there's no way this is going to be enough. I was hoping beyond hoping that it would. I guess I got to buy some more and bring it back down to the shed there. There's got to be a better system. Maybe if we bought in bulk, I could store it in the silo system. That's something I've been considering doing. But that being said, we don't need to really worry about seed at least going forward. Once we get past the next couple stages where we expand to where we want to be, well, we don't need to worry about that anymore. We can just kind of go on and be fine with where we're at, right? So let me finish this off. Let's go. Actually, we need more seed. Back to the farm. Back to the farm. Oh, you know what? I just realized we need fuel as well. We're down to our last 4 jerry cans. There's not a lot. Let me just throw that on the ground. That's where that should be. Not a lot of fuel left, guys. This is going to be a problem sooner than later as well. Oh, boy, that one's empty already. I thought we still had fuel in that one. I guess not. This might actually be the biggest problem I'm running into is I don't have enough fuel anymore, I don't think. I think I'm going to need to go buy some more fuel before we can carry on too much further. I need to fix this solution pretty quickly. I don't want to deal with these jerry cans anymore. This is getting ridiculous. All right, we're all filled up with seed and fertilizer. Let's head back out to the field, see if it's going to be so close, whether we could make this on a half a tank of fuel I've got left in this thing. I really hope I could. I've got a little bit left to do on the far edge. It's the widest part of the field. We'll see how far we get here, guys. And of course, I barely made it back to the farm. Oh well, let's head to town, go pick up some more fuel. Might as well fill the truck up at the pumps while we're here. And then it's off back over to the farm. Let's fill up the tractor as well with our new jerry cans. And seed, fertilizer, again, might as well top those up. And let's go finish off the last little bit of this field. Like I said, guys, there's like next to nothing left to do here. It's a pass and a half that we couldn't finish off. I might have been able to do it, but man, the last thing you want to do is run the old tractor dry out in the field, right? Anyways, there we go. That's the end. That's it. Planting is done. We have officially wrapped up this massive field. I got a plan, though. We got to go upgrade stuff, guys. And, don't get me wrong. We've got some decent equipment here. Some stuff that's worked out fairly well for us on this massive field. Look at how big that is. But there's something I've gone out and made a purchase. I've spent about 30,000 bucks on something that may help us in the long run or in the short-ish term. Guys, I got an old Ford tractor for 30,000 bucks. It was used. It looks like it's in good shape. We'll see. Let's get it loaded up and take a look at this thing. But I'm pretty excited to have something with a little bit more horsepower than the Farmall. And this Ford might hit the spot because it's kind of part of my upgrade plans. So we've expanded the field. Now we need more equipment to run it. This 8200 might fit the bill. Now it's about 170, 180 horsepower on this, which is much more than the Farmall, of course. So this will allow us to maybe buy something else. Like it was only 30,000 bucks for this thing. Let's get it up on the trim. Let's get on the flatbed. There we go. I lost my ramps. I don't know where those ramps went, but this will still work. Get up here. Come on. There we go. That's better. But yeah, let's get this Ford out to the field. There's some other things I'm going to buy as well to go with this. I've still got 82,000 bucks I can spend on various other pieces of equipment that I've got a plan for, guys. So this is the big thing we need, of course, is a decent tractor. So glad I found this thing in the used market. Let's get this bad boy home, and we'll kind of go through what my plan's going to be going forward. I hope it's going to be good. I'm pretty excited for this. I think this Ford is going to be kind of the centerpiece, so it's going to allow me to do more things. Let's get the old Ford unloaded off the flat deck, nice and easy. I need to double check something else. Let's put this away. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. So 82,000 bucks still in the account. There's some other things I want to upgrade a little bit to make life a little bit easier with the amount of land we've got going forward, guys. There's a couple things I'd like to streamline a little bit, of course. First of all, let's take a quick look. We have a Kubota fast baler inside the sales market right now for sales. So yeah, 55,000 versus 110. It's a half price. I'm gonna buy this. No questions asked. We're picking this up right now. This is gonna make my life so much easier. So that's 55 grand. Unfortunately, this Vermeer was not on sale. So I had to sell off like some things to be able to afford. We ended up having to sell off the baler, the bale wrapper, and the old baler, the Mascon, so that we could afford that. Now the Farmall, I don't know if it's going to have enough horsepower to do the baler, but it should have for the Vermeer at least. And the Ford can always do the baler, so there is that. We're going to find out together, though, come the fall. So, you know what? Let me take a break for a bit. It's April, maybe July. We should have some hay, and we'll make it then. Let's go. All right, April, June, July is here finally. Look at this field, guys. Looks like it's good to go. We've got the Ford hooked up to the Vermeer. We've got the Farmall hooked up to our big Crone rake, which we'll use in a second. The Kubota, we're going to have to hook back up to the Ford and do that later. But just for now, let's get in with our brand new Vermeer swather, our pull behind swather. And yeah, we got a lot of hay to go cut down. Also grass. Easy. Let's lower it down. Get it lined up. I think I'm going to pull this right in behind me. Yeah, let's pull it behind me. There we go. Yeah, we've got quite a bit to do. This is a little bit bigger than the case swather we had beforehand. I think we got an extra 2 meters out of this off the top of my head. So it'll make life a little bit easier as far as timing goes. We can hold 14 miles an hour, which is awesome. Still getting an interesting problem right here with the grass. Doesn't seem to want to mow that one spot, and it all bundles up on one spot. Whatever, it still works. But it does take still quite a bit of time. Still going through a decent amount of fuel in the Ford, guys. Just a lot of fuel we're going through, it seems like. So we're going to keep on plowing through this. But we're going to need to get some fuel. And there's something, you know what, we got something else. I got to show it to you. It's back over at the farm over there. It's my new fuel tank. It's not, well, it's new to me. It's an old fuel tank. But you know what, speaking of which, actually, hang on a second. Before we use that, we got to use the jerry cans. I got 2 left over still. Let's go fill these up and drop these in there. But yeah, we've got a brand new fuel tank to me. It was next to nothing and it holds 3,000 liters of fuel. So I put 1,000 liters in to start with. We'll go from there. All right, perfect. We have a proper fuel tank now at the farm, guys. Yeah, I know it only took me, what, 2.5 years? Yeah, about time, right? Anyways, back to the field. We've got still a little bit more to go cut. There's not much left here. We've got maybe less than a quarter of the field. I mean, it's even less than that, to be honest with you. But get it wrapped up. And then, guys, it's back over. There's no rest. We don't have time to rest. We got to get back in because we got a rake and we got a bale. Hey, and look who I've brought out to bale with me. Gertie, what's going on? You got the Ford and the Kubota. Don't break them. Please don't. It's my best equipment I have on this farm. Fire the rake up. Looks good. The Farmall can handle this fairly easily, I think. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. All right. Well, let's go, Gertie. I didn't want to have all the grass being piled up on the outsides of the fields, especially because we go around the corners here and we're up against the barns. It would pile all the grass up really close to the barns. So I had to switch it around, make sure we're going the other direction. Not going counterclockwise, gotta go clockwise. Did I say that right? I think I did. Anyways, that looks a lot better. There we go. And then plus, it's not over in the edge of the field when we're down the edge on the headlands here. So we're not picking up all the rocks and everything else. You don't want to put that in your baler, right? So this works out so much better. I don't know how many bales we've gotten so far, but it looks pretty good back there. Just looking around the field, guys, I'm seeing a lot of white marshmallows all over this field. This is looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to double check in a bit as we finish up our first headland here, basically. I'm gonna go jump over and take a look and see what the bale counter is saying right now. Make sure I just nudge it a little bit. Yeah, nudge that bale out of the way. Let's pull this over here for a second. I'm gonna go right over. Now let me just jump in for a sec, Gertie. Yeah, you're good. Let me just jump in and take a look at our counter here. What do we got? 46. Probably another 3 bales we'll get before she gets around. Maybe 1 more. 2 more bales? Anyways, so let's just go with the rough guesstimate of about 50. Just for rough numbers. 50, and we're on our 3rd row. We've done 50. So 130, maybe 130 bales already. Not bad. We need some fuel though. Well, I don't really need fuel. Gertie needs fuel. I only had half a tank left to fill, but I might as well fill while I'm here, right? But she was saying she was pretty empty, so well, while I'm here, I might as well fill up. She's just finishing up. Now there she comes. Let me get this out of the way. Move the Farmall out, and we'll get the Ford in here. I can fill it up as well. Should be just 2 seconds. Perfect. All right, pull it on in, Gertie. I got you. I'll fill you up. But that isn't really what I meant to say, is it? Don't repeat that. Don't clip that. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to work before anyone clips that. Still more work left to do, guys. Like a lot. Oh, this is a big field. Such a big field. Talk about farming marshmallows. Holy, there's so many So many of them out here. And I mean, even when you change your view, every time you do a lap, it just gets more and more. I mean, look at the amount of, there's a lot of bales. As we get down to the nitty gritty here, down to the last couple passes, it's getting a little trickier to try to line things up. But you know what? We managed to get her done. We managed to take care of it. It's all good. I think we got like a fairly high percentage of the grass this time. More so than last time. Looks pretty good to me. Let's take all this back to the farm. We got to go pick all these up with the truck, the trailer, and maybe we can stack all this stuff. Of course, before we do that, you guys know I need fuel again, right? yeah, need some fuel before we do anything else once again. But look at those bales. That's a lot of bales, guys. Of course, yes, we are using auto load on the trailer after this amount of bales. That's just shy of 500, by the way, if you're wanting to keep track. I think it's 493 bales we created. Yeah, we're not going to do that manually. We're going to auto load those. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I mean, how else would I make stacks that look that good? Did you make 500 bales look that good without the auto load? I don't know. I might have to pull on that. It looks pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with that. Also need to fuel the truck up obviously as well. You guys know when I'm using 800 liters per minute sometimes with a truck. Yeah. We're gonna have to fill it up more often than not. So there you guys have it. That is our bale harvest, the first part, July harvest of all the silage bales we just collected. There is, I don't even know how many bales, like 493 is what it was. I think that's what it was. Anyways, there's a ton of bales here. There's 4 stacks of these that are 3 deep. There's so many of these bales, and this is just the first harvest. We're going to do this once more. Look at all these bales. Guys, this is great. Finance-wise, yeah, I don't have a lot of money right now in the old bank account, but like behind me might as well be pure gold, to be perfectly honest. This is going to be worth so much money when I need to sell this off come next year. It's really going to help bankroll this farm going forward. So, you know what? We should be able to get one more harvest in. I'll see you guys in the fall. All right, guys, fall is here. It's October, and this is the whole reason we do grass, because we can do multiple harvests per year. Look at this. We're ready to go again. Yes, it needs rolling. I know it needs more fertilizer too, but I digress. Let's get back into this. We're taking the old Ford out once again. Let's get the Vermeer swather out, the pull-behind swather, and it's going to be pretty much the same as it was last time, to be perfectly honest. You guys know the drill here. This is going to be a lot more bales going into our it's paddock? What do you call that? Into our storage? It's just a big area where we're keeping the bales, guys. There's just so many there. If we could double up, we'll have almost 1,000 bales sitting there by the end of today. Boom. All right, harvest is done. I wasn't going to make you guys suffer through the whole thing again. It took me, well, 2 hours. Not that bad, but a lot more bales. I didn't do a count this time. It's well over 400. It's almost 500 once again, I believe, but I didn't do an actual count, unfortunately. I'll have to take a look later on. Anyways, let's, oh boy. Start. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start at the back? Do you want to start at the front? Oh, there we go. Last couple bales left to go. Guys, so many freaking bales. It's kind of mind-boggling how many that we get off this. And let's go slap them back down and see how well our stacks are looking. Kind of last. We got one little spot here right at the front. It's like a perfect spot for the last little bit here. You can see we didn't quite get the exact same amount as last time. We had a couple, 8 extra ones left over, so you can do the math on that, how many were short by comparison. So maybe a dozen bales less this year than last year, but we didn't fertilize. So that's something we want to look at going forward. We need to see if we can optimize this field now going forward. But come January, I need to sell all these bales off. So sell these bales off will be the next step once we drop this in. Find the nice little spot to make it look all good. Back it up just a touch. There we go. Looks pretty good, I think. Pretty close. Yeah, that's good right there. Should be fine. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so we got all these bales. We got to sell these off, and then we need to start upgrading, optimizing, guys. Look at the amount of bales we have, though. Pretty successful year, I would say. So there you have it, guys. Just shy of 1,000 bales all stacked beside our field. We're still waiting for half of these to turn into silage. I'm hoping like over $1 million is what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Can we make over that $1 million from this sale come January? Not sure yet. We'll have to wait and take a look, but fingers crossed right now. So guys, going forward, we're going to need to optimize this field, get a little bit better yield off with lime, some fertilizing, some rolling maybe. We'll go from there. So that's going to be coming up next on this. That's our next plan. Anyways, other than that, thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you missed the first video of us setting up this farm, click the card right now, because that's going to show you exactly how we got here. And if there's a new video out in this series, I'll make sure I put the card here as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one. This is Klutch. Over and out.